And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Garrison. Guys, when you really take a look at Texas, it has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. They're going to stay competitive, and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year. Then it looks as though a change is inevitable here. All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Gets it out quickly. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
This slot... gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
And the Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
The Longhorns are rolling down the field. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. It didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
The Longhorns can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Got a man. It's Frank. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play, and they pick up a first down.
And the slot receiver makes it easy on his quarterback. Did you see how he found the soft spot, the wide open space? That was easy for his quarterback to complete that throw.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. And they'll wrap him up. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
That is no good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Looking to scramble. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Well, you can see the effect that last run play had on the defense. They had a really good-looking run, and all of a sudden they come back with play action. Everybody bites. They play downhill, and it opens up a guy up top for the offense. Really nice job setting up that shot play to get an explosive one through the air.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. this offense humming. Just a fourth play of the drive, and it's first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Rebels!
And that is how you end a drive. That is what you want from your running back. Lower the boom. Lower your shoulders, wrap up that football, fall forward, and get into the end zone. That is how it's done.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Makes the grab. It's Frank. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And the Longhorns with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He might want another play. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted for the 11th time. Got some room to run. At the 20. Touchdown, Ole Miss. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Texas offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. There he goes. Got the first down and more. Touchdown, Longhorn. Once he got some room, it was over. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you could string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of score.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He's out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and that's where this offense will go to work. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Give to the single back. Clock just plowing ahead. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
The Rebels, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Tight end now in motion. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. Time running out, and he goes
success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
And the Rebels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Off the play fake. Under fire. And that one's too high, out of bounds, incomplete.
You hear about shot plays all the time. Offensive coordinators love to take deep shots down the field. They plan them. They plan when they're going to do them. And I bet you we'll plan to see a few more throughout this game.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. Got his man downfield. Wide open spaces. Touchdown, Rebels. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
This is a special talent playing the tight end. Because he's not a guy that's just going to catch flat routes and block. He's a guy you can line up all over the field. He can stretch the field vertically, shows off his speed. He has very rare athleticism for a guy at his position, and he showed it there on that long touchdown catch.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Missouri is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Tulane. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Snap of the drive from the 25. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll start this drive with a pass. He'll pull it down. Got room at the 35. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
Bug, beat, windshield. Ouch. You cannot make a living as a quarterback taking those kind of hits. Nice job scrambling, getting the first down. Let's not do too many more of those.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Looking for more room. Finally brought down the one play not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period, 1st down here. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss! The offense cashing it in on that drive. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they knocked through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll bring it out. It's Santos. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
And the Longhorns are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Quarterback keeper. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
Makes the catch. It's Galladay. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Second down, he'll throw it. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He'll get rid of it. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Gonna swing it on second down. Snagged out of the air. Knocked off his feet. The Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. Motion from the wide receiver. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of...
He's going to let it go. Got it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
It feels like everything this play caller is called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing first and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the Lions.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels!
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed. He's got power. He's going to play on Sundays, and he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
The Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to fire. Rifles it down the middle. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup. And then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Missouri is getting hammered right now. They are the nail, and that figurative mallet is just pounding them into the ground. What a bad look. They're trailing by 21 to Tulane. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about to throw on first down off the play fake. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
Fires to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
He gets a block. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Gonna run it. It's Garrison. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Here's the pressure. And here's a fumble way behind the line. The offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Fires downfield. Soft spot in the middle. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On fourth down, looking for the completion. And the quarterback goes down, but there is a penalty marker right at the line of scrimmage, and this may go against the defense. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. Making side adjustments here. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his 2nd PB in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Fakes the grab. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. The Longhorns want to move quickly. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fires to the tight end. And the Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
I'll tell you something. In college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball hawk.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They're going to throw it to start the drive. Going for it all. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down. You always want to give your big-time players a chance. That might have been too much of a chance to give right there.
And I know I'll give you a chance when it's 1-on-1, but not 2-on-1. You got to see that. Got to understand that they're trying to take away this guy. There's a reason they're trying to take him away. What else can I do now to take advantage of that defense?
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Still on his feet at the 25. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that.
You can really feel the momentum changing in this game now, can't you? The defense comes away with a massive takeaway deep in their own end. And here's the offense on the 3rd play of this drive, getting the 1st down and doing it running the football. Everything seems to be shifting in this team's favor.
Buys a little time. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the 1st half. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Longhorns will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
You know, we just went into half, and we drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently to take advantage. How about the special teams coming out to start the 2nd half and setting the tone, taking the kick all the way back for 6. You don't draw it up any better than that.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive.
Texas, 14. Texas.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Santos. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. He has to take care of the football on this drive. You just can't survive throwing 3 picks in a game. Pulls in the deep ball. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here, taking a shot to your best player on offense. This guy is one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. Tremendous speed. He locates the ball, makes a catch, and that play gives this offense so much confidence.
Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Galladay. Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st. It's at the 37.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the 2nd half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Hauls it in. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Snap in the shotgun. He's moving out of the pocket. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. The Longhorns line it up with a 1st and goal. Wants to adjust the pattern. He's looking to throw. Release to the back. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ballgame and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he's going to bring this one out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. Here comes the Heat. Looking for an open area to his left. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
The Rebels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Pushes forward for a pickup of 3, and they'll mark it at the 8.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field.
Well, if you needed any evidence that this coaching staff trusts their big offensive line, you saw it right there. 4th down, they go for it deep in their own end, and it pays off.
Come on. Don't you think they thought it was 3rd down?
Somebody on the sidelines got some explaining to do, but he's breathing a lot easier now that they were able to kick it.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production, but listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. Hunt is on its way. Cradles it at the 35. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Got enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Longhorns are on the move. Might be changing the route. Snagged in the middle. It's Santos. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Wide receiver going in motion. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Caught in the backfield. It's Garrison. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. He managed a few yards on... but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Tried to get him a little breathing room, and they're still suffocating in their own end.
Yeah, on offense, this is a tough place to run the football. Back in your own end, the defense is expecting you to do it, and that's why they're loading the box. This is a great opportunity to take a shot down the sideline to your best wide receiver in a one-on-one situation.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They feed him again. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back.
He unleashes a long one. Pulls it in down the sideline. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking downfield on first down. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 7.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown play.
49, Texas, 21.
Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway.
Texas.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. So first down will open up the final period. They'll run the option. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. It's Santos. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. All kinds of time before he fires right. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
To the air on first down. Looking to scramble. He'll pull it down and run. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Nice job by the QB, sit back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
They'll move the wide receiver. Off play action. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And the Rebels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on 3rd down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on 3rd.
The Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Going for it all. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
It's second and a long way to go. They'll send the back in motion. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
And the Rebels want to pick up the tempo. They go right back to their man on second and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Rebels! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous. Turning it on. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
Really nice play call by the offense, too. Obviously, your quarterback's thrown picks on his last 2 drives, so you have to settle him down. And the best way to settle down a quarterback is to get the running game going. Put it on the big fellas up front. Put it on your backs. That's a really nice run, and that should help settle the QB down a bit.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
And the Longhorns come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Quickly complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. And the Longhorns can really attack on this second and short. The offense changing the play. Toss to the outside. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get first downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
Looking for a crease. It's Garrison. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's second and 10. Motion from the wideout. Give to the running back. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's third and 7. Guys, let's take a big view of Texas. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback.
Offense will take over. First and 10.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Toss sweep to the right. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose.